This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
One community in our area has 2 new police officers and a day to help a number of nonprofits in Schuylkill County. Those stories and more next. Hello everyone, it's great to be with you and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. In today's news feature, Lisa Sugart helps us get to know 2 new police officers in the area.
The Cunninghamboro Police Department has expanded. I'm pleased to be joined by the Cunningham Mayor, Worcester Uhas, to talk about this latest expansion. Mayor Uhas, how many officers have been added to the force, and why did you feel it was important to increase the police department?
We have 2 new officers down here in Cunningham, the first one being Officer Michael Saliba, and the second one being Officer Mitchell Muir. We added these 2 officers. Basically, we got the funding last year for the addition to the police force. We added 2 part-time officers to that police force. We also got approved funding for our new police car that we will be purchasing very shortly, and also more training for our officers down here in Cunningham.
You just took over as mayor of the borough. Why did you think it was so important to increase the police department, especially in the wake of today's climate?
Basically, when you have more police officers on the force and more police officers working at one time, it gives them a lot of more freedom on how to do their policing. Basically, down here, we're, like I always say, we're a community, we're a family. So we want to do a lot of more of the community policing and take a lot of proactive tactics that we can bring down here to make it safer down here for the kids and just for every citizen down here.
How important is that connection between your police officers and the community itself?
Yeah, it is very important to have that connection between the community and the citizens of Cunningham, just so they can get to meet the officers. If you go up to them, have a conversation with them, talk to them. A lot of our officers down here live down here in Cunningham, and the police officers also like that interaction with the community, meeting the people, because that actually makes their job a lot easier for their policing.
I'm pleased to be joined now by Officer Michael Saliba, one of the newest members of the Cunninghamboro Police Department. Officer Saliba, why did you want to become a police officer?
A lot of my family members are involved in law enforcement, and I think that was a big driving thing for me growing up. And also then, plus, just watching officers in the area and people I know that became police officers, I really loved the whole job aspect and being able to help people. So it just always called to me, so I followed that path.
Hopefully things can get back to normal, that we can, have a good rapport between all police officers and the community. Were you worried about that when you became a police officer?
I wasn't worried about it. I have a very good relationship with a lot of people, I would say, and I think I look forward to a lot of community-oriented policing, especially in Cunninghamboro. I think I could have a very good relationship with the community here, so I think it'll be a very positive experience and a lot of good outcomes from it, and I think it's going to work out very well.
I'm pleased to be talking with the other new officer for the borough of Cunningham, and that is Officer Mitchell Muir. Officer Muir, I'll ask you the same question. What made you want to become a police officer?
I started having interest in it when I went to a military college up in Vermont, where we had a largely regimented lifestyle. And we had quite a high police presence on campus, and that's kind of was a driving force in my interest in the profession. So,
do you think you're taking on this task now at a difficult time in law enforcement?
I think it's always going to be difficult. This profession is never easy, so it's just a matter of coming to terms with that and going to work.
What is the message you have for the new constituents now, the new residents that you will be protecting and serving?
I would say as far as my form of policing, I think that community policing and police presence is most important. And so that's what the residents should look forward to, is a more police presence, but that doesn't necessarily mean, anything bad is going on, but, we like to show ourselves more frequently to the community so that they know that we're always going to be there.
And lastly, Mayor, if residents in the community do need the services of your police department, What do they do? How do they get in touch?
Well, if it is an emergency, you call 911 because that would be the way the fastest person would be able to get down there. But any non-life-threatening or any major emergency, you could either call the borough building or you can call the police department especially.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Feisner's Ford in Freeland, who is celebrating 75 years in business. Give them a call at 570-636-3920, or you can log on to feisnersford.com.
The Schuylkill Gives campaign starts on Friday. Schuylkill Gives is an online 24-hour giving initiative to help the Schuylkill County nonprofit community. To see a list of organizations and to find out how you can help, go to schuylkillgives.com. Primary election day is approaching here in Pennsylvania, and we'll have you covered on SSPTV. On election night this upcoming Tuesday, watch SSPTV Your Vote 2021 live from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Join host Sam Lassant Sr., attorney Christine Holman, Hazelton Councilwoman Lauren Sacco, and our political analyst Rick Morelli, Charles McElwee, and Mike DeCosmo as they break down the races that matter to you.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service on Thursday. Patchy frost before 7 a.m., otherwise sunny with a high in the 60s. Thursday night mostly clear with a low around 40 degrees. Friday a chance of showers, mostly sunny with a high in the 60s. Friday night a chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low in the 40s. Saturday a chance of showers, mostly sunny with a high in the 60s. Saturday night a chance of showers, partly cloudy with a low in the 40s. Sunday is mostly sunny with a high in the 60s, and Sunday night partly cloudy with a low in the 40s. For local track and field athletes won gold at the Schuylkill League Championships. Here's the SSPTV Standard Speaker scoreboard. From North Schuylkill, Sarah Wagner won the long jump, Mike Riley won the javelin, and Justin Williams won the 3,200-meter run. Sophia Boyle of Tamaqua won the girls' pole vault. The Hazelton area boys track and field team clinched at least a share of the Wyoming Valley Conference Division I championship, moving to 5-0 with a win over Pittston area. Matthew Casadas won 3 events for the Cougars. The Cougar baseball team also clinched at least a tie for the Wyoming Valley Conference Division I championship, as they are now 17-0 overall. Matt Shumani and Marcus Labuda limited Wilkes-Barre area to 2 hits, and they each had 7 strikeouts. In softball, Marion shut out Monoy area. Mia Nemeth had a home run for the Phillies, and Athena Matankowski was 3 for 3 with a home run. There are now 73 days until the Pennsylvania 11 to 12-year-old Little League All-Star Tournament at Whispering Willows Park in Cunningham. Today's countdown is brought to you by the Brass Buckle Mexican Restaurant. Hit a home run just across the street from Whispering Willows Park. Ken Pollock Ford, the most important option on your next vehicle is your dealership. Make that dealership Ken Pollock Ford your #1 most trusted dealer. Boyer's Food Market, shop fast and save money. Over 6,000 items on sale every day. And Felvello Law, seriously injured in a car accident? Call us. Coming up, how you can help the United Way of Greater Hazelton this year, and in sports, everything you need to know about minor league baseball in 2021.
The Knights of Columbus Council 8613 in Cunningham and Drums will hold a primary election day takeout-only Polish dinner on May 18th at St. John Bosco Church from 3 to 7 p.m. The tickets are $12 for adults and $6 for children under 10. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Charles Tuckey, age 71 of Hazelton. A gravesite service will be held on Thursday at 11 a.m. at Skyview Memorial Park in Tamaqua. The Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Home's Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.